Monday and I'm on my own because I've already dropped Dawn-louise off at school because we were in a bit of a rush this morning. She was very tired, I'm not sure why. But yeah, I'm really excited for her. She's actually got this like school talent show thing going on today, and she's going to be doing a little bit of street dance. It's just a bit of fun for them, but it's still really fun that she gets to be a part of that. She doesn't have drama. I'll get onto that later because it's a long story. But I hope you're all having a great Monday, and I will speak to you again soon.
Hi guys, so I just came back from school, and actually this morning I did like a talents thing, and I actually did it, and I think from now on, and we were going to vote, but then we ran out of time because I did singing because I always really like singing at home. So I thought maybe it's an opportunity to sing at school. And it went really well. Everyone was clapping. And not just that, I'm not even sure if I'm in the finals on Thursday. So, don't know if I'm in the finals. We're going to vote tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm going to have my dinner and then, I don't know, maybe watch the video that just uploaded. So, yeah, so it'll be up at 6 p.m. and I'll catch you tomorrow.
Hello and happy Wednesday everybody. I hope that you're having a lovely week so far. I'm actually just about to leave to pick Dawn-louise up from school. We've got the dentist today. Nothing special, it's just our 6-monthly checkup. But if you've watched our videos for a while, you know that I actually have a dental crown because I had 2 baby teeth. So I had one shaved down and a crown put on it, and the other one extracted because it was too damaged, because obviously I've had it since I was a baby, so it's been through a lot. And that is because I just never grew the adult teeth there. But I'll find out if they're going to put the permanent cement on, because I still have temporary cement on it, which is very strange. They said it would take about 3 weeks, and it's actually been like 5 months process from me starting the process to like now, and it still don't have my permanent cement in. But this is the one. That's my crown. So yeah, it's a little bit darker than my other teeth, because they can't do a perfect match. So no hating on the teeth shade. No shade on the shade. But yeah, I'm just gonna ride the bus, do some Duolingo. I'm so addicted to learning Spanish. If we have any Spanish viewers, please let me know, because I'd love to try and talk some Spanish to somebody who can tell me, hey, you're not good at it. No, I'm only kidding. It would be really fun to talk to somebody who is actually Spanish. So if you are Spanish, comment down below, please. It would be so cool to meet someone who's actually Spanish, because for some reason, I love your language. It calls to me, and I don't know why, but it really does call to me. Like, every day I'm like, oh, what new words can I learn? And the words that I've learned already are like running around my head, and I'm like, I don't even want to speak English anymore. I want to speak Spanish wherever I can, which is stupid, I know, but I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, my arm's starting to ache, so I'm gonna go. Catch you in a bit. Hey everybody, so we just got back from the dentist, and unfortunately we did have some bad news. Dawn-louise does have a small cavity on one of her baby teeth. It's not hugely surprising. She's been on a lot of medication that can affect the dental growth and her oral health. We do everything that we can to stop these things from happening. We limit sweets, we watch sugar intake. She has an electric toothbrush. I help her clean her teeth. She has floss and she has mouthwash. We do everything that we can possibly do, and even the dentist said her teeth look quite clean. You know, you're doing everything that you can do. There's no need to do anything more. But in 2 weeks' time, she's going to have to go in and have an x-ray. She's had a chest x-ray, but so she's probably not going to understand what a dental x-ray is, so I'm just going to explain that a little bit for the both of you. It's a little tiny piece of card, and they put it in your mouth, and then they leave the room for a couple of seconds, and it's done. So it's not like a chest x-ray, which is a lot more scary, and you have to go into a special room and everything like that, which obviously most people will know, but just in case you didn't, that's what happens. And she will have a little bit of a filling. Now, because she has a heart condition and she's had heart surgery, so she has scar tissue, that she's at higher risk of something called endocarditis, which is an infection of the heart's inner lining that can be caused by dental problems. So if the dentist were to touch her gums, or you have to use a needle or anything, which he isn't going to have to do, but obviously if she moves whilst having the filling and something cuts her gum, then she's at risk of endocarditis through that. So I have to get in contact with her cardiologist, so I've phoned the secretaries and I've asked them to call me back. I only have 2 weeks to try and get them to call me back and give me a letter to give to the dentist to say it's okay to go ahead and everything like that. So I've got to wait for the cardiologist to give us any tips, tricks, things like that. Basically, we need permission that he can do it and any kind of warning or request for antibiotics, because sometimes if they know they're going to touch the gum, they will give precautionary antibiotics because of her heart condition. Or at least that's what I've heard from other families like ours. Dawn-louise hasn't gone down that road yet. But she should be fine. It's going to be a very, it's not really a procedure. It's just, they're very gently going to cover it with some filling because they want it to try and last till she's 12 because it's one of the back adult teeth. So obviously they're not going to fall out like her other ones have. She's got quite a lot of adult teeth up here on the front. So it's not those one. But, she's had a lot of medication. It's a baby tooth, so it's a tooth that would have been affected by those medications. So it's not hugely surprising, and it's not her fault. She does take really good care of her teeth, and she understands everything that she needs to do to look after them. But we do need to be really careful because where it is, it's in a very easy spot for food to get stuck. So we need to make sure that she isn't leaving food in there. So when she's at school, she may have to just gargle a bit of water and spit it out and try and get any food that's stuck out. And when she's at home, just brush around that tooth anytime that she eats anything, just to make sure that it is all out, because obviously when you're drinking it doesn't always get everything out your mouth. But yeah, Dawn-louise hasn't really done much at school different today, have you?
No, today we did some English.
I'm going to pass you over to Dawn-louise and then she can tell you what she's done at school.
So at school today we did we had year group assembly. Is basically like all of the year till the year 3 is going to the class at the end. I'm the first class, and then also in the middle class, and then also 2 classes have to go in the other class. And at the end of the day, before we go home, obviously, and we done the register. Registers are very important, and we carried on doing our story we were doing, and we did it in handwriting pens. It's like, what? And we're not sure if, well, you need to do it in your neatest handwriting, so you absolutely can keep that pen, but you can't take it home because then you get in trouble. And then we did some quick maths. We did DT, which means design technology, and we were designing our characters, and my character is has to go through the maze, and whatever and you have to have a character. It has to be so many obstacles. I think that's how you pronounce it. And to stop your character go through the maze to get in the middle. Obviously, my one's like a bunny, so it's going to try and get to the carrot. So yeah.
Good morning and happy Thursday, everybody. So today is actually getting off to a pretty strange start because in about an hour I'm getting a call from the BBC to talk about teen parenthood. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to ask me. They just said that they'd like to have a conversation about it with me. So yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. I'm very, very nervous though because I thought that I was going to be on the phone to the person who'd emailed me, which was a woman, and then they called yesterday because they hadn't got the message that I couldn't do it, in the evening because obviously I'm with Dawnie, and it's a guy. So I'm hoping they're not going to get too personal about how the teen parent thing happened because I don't want to talk to a guy about that. But yeah, it's a weird day. I'm currently sat in my porch because this is the only place I can get a good signal for this phone call. They should be calling in about 5 minutes. I'm starting to get really nervous. Like, I've never done this kind of thing, and I've never really talked about how I felt being a teen parent to anyone. So this is kind of a big deal for me, and I'm getting extremely nervous. I don't know what they're going to ask me. I don't know what they actually want to talk about. I probably should have asked these questions before I agreed to give them my phone number. But yeah, I am so nervous. I don't want to... There's some things that I don't want to be asked about because they bring up a lot of hard, like, memories and things that I'm still kind of working through mentally. So I am scared about what they're going to ask me, and I have a very nervous tummy. But I am really excited because next week is Dawn-louise's last day of school, and the surprise that I have planned for her is all going quite well at the moment, so I'm really excited for her to actually get to do that. So yeah, oh god, I'm so nervous. I've never done anything like this before, and I was going to say no, but for some reason I have this really bad thing where I can't say no to people. I need to learn how to desperately, but I feel guilty when people ask me for something and I don't say yes, which is stupid, I know, and it gets me into some very awkward situations, but I'm just a nice person. If you ask me politely to do something, I'm gonna want to do it for you. I probably shouldn't be telling you this. Also, I have got some kind of spot under my eye, so sorry that I look like crap. Yeah, speaking. Hi. Yeah, good, thank you. Yeah, well, there definitely is a stigma, and I think there always will be, which I get because, you know, we did have them very young, and, you know, we have so much in life that we still need to experience to be able to grow as a person, and I do think there's a lot of experiences that we need to be able to go through to be able to bring a child into this world and help them grow as well. There's a lot of stuff that we still need to learn, and when we are, you know, 14, 15, 16 years old, we're not fully done growing and learning about the world. You know, we've just come out of school, we haven't gone into work, and we haven't learned bills or how to care for a home, and these things you should definitely know before having a child. So even though I have had my child young, I wouldn't go out and say, you know, having a child so young is a brilliant idea, go ahead and do it and it won't cause any problems, because there are a lot of things that you are going to face that you aren't ready for because you haven't gone out into the world and you haven't had a chance to experience things that you do need to learn about before you have a child. But at the same time, I think that saying, you know, that we're all reckless and that, oh, we're just going out and we're doing things with lots of people we're just completely careless and we have no care in the world, at least in my experience and from some other people that I've met along the way, that isn't a thing for everybody. It may be some people here and there may be some truth to it, but I don't think that it's fair to demonise every teen parent straight away. You know, the minute that you look at them and see they're walking around with a child, you can't be like, oh, they're a horrible parent, they don't know what they're doing because of their age. Like, yeah, there are things that we won't know, but any first time mum does not know what they are going to be doing, because until you're actually in that situation, you don't know. A lot of it comes from experience, and I've like spoken to parents that are older than me, and they've said about how they read all these books, but then nothing prepared them for what was going to happen. So exactly. So I think that, you know, is it a good idea to try and reduce teen pregnancy? Yes, because there is still a lot that we have to grow, but once that's already happened, I think that we need to move away demonisation of what a teen parent is, and actually think of, you know, they're raising this child now, you know, it's been past the point of trying to stop it, it's already happened. So why are you demonising somebody who's already doing it? Because at the end of the day, it's the child that then suffers, because they're the ones that are going to see the way their parents are spoken to and experience, you know, with the parent, the kind of hatred that we get. Because we can literally just walk down the road together, me and my daughter, and I'll have people shouting abuse at me, and all I'm doing is walking down the road with a child, and you don't know if that's my child. A lot of people are like, is that your sister? Because we look quite a lot alike, but then people that don't have that assumption will just shout things at me whilst I'm just walking down the road. And my daughter's 8, so obviously she's going to be picking up on all of this, and I think that that's where we need attention, because you can't judge somebody just on their age alone. Like, there are plenty of older parents who have made many mistakes and could do a lot worse than, you know, a lot of the teen parents have. And I think that when you are younger, you have this sort of force behind you that you need to prove how good you are, which is good because, you know, it keeps us in check in a way, I guess. But yeah, we're always sort of having to fight it. Yeah. I was in no way under the assumption that I was ready to have a child at 16. I was actually told I couldn't have children, so my story is just a little bit different to the average person. I was told I couldn't have children when I was 13 because I wasn't very well. I had some, health issues. My reproductive system didn't work correctly, so they were like, you're probably never going to be able to have children. So obviously, for me, my mind wasn't even on having children. It definitely wasn't something that I planned for. I know, even now to this day, I'm still trying my hardest to get somewhere into the realm of a career that I want, because I want to work with animals, and that's been my passion since I was a child. So I was never the person who was like, yes, I'm going to have children young. That wasn't my goal. So this definitely wasn't something that I planned to happen. And by the time that I found out that I was pregnant, I was already 22 weeks and 3 days. So at that point, a normal abortion is out the way, but because of my daughter's disability, I was offered a late termination. But because that would mean me having to give birth to her with natural labour and then them stop her heart, that to me was murder. It was taking a life, because she would already have been so far gone. She would be considered like a premature baby. And obviously babies can survive from that far along in the pregnancy. Their life is going to need a bit of help getting along, but they could survive from that gestation. So it just did not feel... Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody's just not my door. Sorry. So yeah, obviously she would have been... I was quite far along at that point, and it wasn't at a point where abortion felt like an option, because it was going to be... that's a very sad situation to be put in, I think. And it's not something that anybody of any age, I think, is ready to deal with. So saying that, a teenager of 16 doesn't know how to handle these situations, I think that nobody does when it comes to things like that. So to take all credibility away just because of age and being like, there's no way that you're going to know what to do, there's no way you're going to be a good parent because of your age, it's a learning curve for every parent when they have their first child. And, there's been children that have been abused by older parents, they've been neglected by older parents, their parents may do drugs or alcohol, but you don't look at them down their street and shout abuse at them. So why are you just looking at somebody on their age? Well, I think the worst experience that I've had were when we were in hospital, because that, to me, is a place where there should be more level of understanding. Like, I am in a very hard situation here where, yes, I am young, but I'm also watching my daughter fight for her life, and yet I'm still having nurses. These people are supposed to help, protect my daughter and everything. I've had some really, really horrid comments from them as well. The last time that she had surgery, she was 4.5 years old, and that was her 4th open heart surgery. And we had to go into hospital the night before, and she has to be, prepared for surgery. So no eating, IVs, cannulas, x-rays, echocardiograms, the works. And I'm going through all this alone. It's just the two of us in hospital. And for the most part, the nurses are quite nice and they're quite friendly, and I didn't get much of them. But then she went into surgery, and unfortunately my phone lead had broken. So I had no charge left on my phone because it had broken overnight in hospital, and obviously I couldn't go out and just buy one because I had to stay with her. She needed me. And you're not allowed to go off the ward without a phone. So after she had gone into surgery, I had to come back up to the ward and had to wait in the playroom on the ward, and I couldn't go and get any food. And that wasn't because I couldn't go and get any food because I chose not to. It's because that is what needed to happen, because they had no way of contacting me if something went wrong. I had to stay where I could be contacted. And yeah, I had one of the nurses come in, and she's like, have you eaten yet? And bear in mind, she'd only been in surgery for about 3 hours at this point. In the whole day, it took 11 hours in total. So yes, it would have been a problem, but I can make do with that, for a couple of hours. It's not like I haven't eaten for weeks or anything. But yeah, I didn't have any food because I wasn't able to go get anything, and we had to go into a different city, so it's not like I can bring, a week's worth of food with me or whatever. So I said, no, I don't have any food. And then she said, well, how are you supposed to care for your child if you can't even care for yourself? And there is no way they would have said that to any other parent there. It was because it was my age, and it was so obvious that that's what it was, because there are so many parents there who have to wait hours and hours and hours to eat because their children are in surgery. So this isn't something that they wouldn't have seen before, and it wasn't something that I controlled myself. My phone lead breaking, that happens. It's out of my control. And then I had to stay on the ward. I had no option to go off and get food. I was on my own, so Yeah, and like I said, this was my daughter's 4th open heart surgery. I've been through a lot with her as it is, and to say that because I couldn't go and get food, even though that's actually their rules, not mine, obviously that is where I want to be, because I also want to be able to contact, but what I'm saying is, like, it would have taken 5 minutes for me to have rushed and grabbed a sandwich or something and get back up there. It wouldn't have taken very long, but I couldn't do that. But yeah, I was still put down for not being able to do that, and being made that I couldn't care for my daughter when she comes out of surgery, and like, any parent is going to be hurt by being told they aren't able to care for their child, because that's all we want to do. We want to love them, we want to care for them, we want to keep them safe. And to be waiting for my daughter to come out of open heart surgery, not knowing whether she's going to survive, and to have a nurse come and tell me that I can't even care for her, like, that's a very, very harsh statement, which I feel was purely based on my age. It wasn't nice. Well, I don't actually watch a lot of TV, because I've only actually recently purchased a TV, so a lot of what I see is online. So like, when I saw the article yesterday, it did kind of hurt, because it was under the impression that this generation is smarter and we were kind of just stupid and, you know, messing around, and that's not the case. I was actually with my partner. We aren't together anymore, but we were together 3 years before I fell pregnant. So that was the only person that I'd ever been with, ever looked at even. So to be sort of classed as a slut in a way, because I had my child young, it really hurts, because that's not who I am and it's not what I personally stand for. But people will take one look at me and give me that, you know, characteristic, and it's not one that I appreciate, because you're saying quite a lot with that one word in that one statement, and I think that it's unfair to do that, because at the end of the day, if a parent has their child in their 30s or something, they're going to be going through quite a few relationships, because obviously you do move on from people as you grow up. So why are we attacked in the way of how many people we may have been in a relationship with, when that's something that happens to everybody? It's not just young people, and you don't know how long we were with the partner that we did fall pregnant with, and falling pregnant young is not a direct result of how many people you've been with. In my case, it was being denied implants and pills because I'd been told I could not have children, and then a condom failing. So, to get personal, yeah, and people just automatically assume that you're careless, that you've got around, and it's really not fair to make that assumption, because you don't know somebody's life just by looking at, you know, a teenager and their baby. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, I think it's important that we start speaking up, because for so long I felt like I can't say about how I feel, because it's just going to make, you know, the outlook look worse. But at the end of the day, I think that if we don't speak up, then it's allowing them to make their judgments of us, and it affects our children. And when it comes to my daughter's happiness, that's where it starts to hurt more, because I want her to be happy, and we faced a lot of judgment. Like, we've been to like dance classes. She does a lot of dancing. It's one of her very big passions in life at the moment, and has been for a few years now. And we've had people to my face go, "Oh, are you still with your partner? You know, how did you have her so young?" Like, right in her face. And it's like, you wouldn't ask any of the other parents here such personal questions, or make them feel like they're not welcome. I'm a big girl, I can handle it, but my daughter, she's a child, and she doesn't need to feel like judged because of who her mum is, and like how she's going to grow up being, like, carry on hearing these things. It's not fair. So I do want to bring that sort of awareness to people, that you're not harming the parent anymore, you're harming the child. Oh my god, I felt like I was holding my breath the entire time. That was so nerve-wracking. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. Oh my god, that was so nerve-wracking. The whole time I was like holding my breath, and I was like, oh, he's going to ask me something really personal. He's going to say, but no, I was contemplating trying to record his side of the conversation, but I don't know if I can legally do that. So you've only got my side. But basically, he was asking me, you know, how do I feel about being a teen parent? What are the sort of things that I've experienced, and like things that people have said to me that have really hurt me? And honestly, on the spot, I kind of blanked and just went for the ones that I could remember, because there's been so many and they were all sort of rushing around my brain. I was like, no, pick one, Jade, pick one. I've definitely had quite a lot of bad experiences being a teen parent, so I feel like I have a lot more to say. So if anyone else is interested in what I would say, I might make a video on that actually, because I have a lot to talk about, which is what I've only just realised, because this is the first time that I've actually opened up about how it's made me feel. Oh my god, don't cry. God, that was so nerve-wracking, but he was really nice. Oh, I've just got a text from him. Hi, thanks again for chatting to me. So good to have your opinions. Please email me some photos. So I've got to email in some photos. We're going to be in like a newspaper. That's kind of like, it's kind of scary. We've never been in one before, but yeah. So, yeah. I've just spoken to the BBC. Oh, I don't want to be in a paper. That is some scary, scary stuff. That is some scary, scary stuff. I do hope that what he said comes across properly. And I hope that I got what I was trying to say out, because I've never done anything like this before. I am so incredibly nervous. It is ridiculous. And some guy who made a delivery halfway through the phone call. So that's made me even more nervous, because I had to sign stuff and it's so awkward. But yeah, no, I am happy that I did it, because, well, sorry if it's echoey, I'm in my porch. I am happy that I've done it, because I have got to the point now where Dawn-louise is 8 years old, and when people look down on me or say things to us, she's picking up on it, and that hurts so much. And I feel like what I said is true. There are parents, there are older... Oh, yay! The little gifts that I got for the girls have come. Their little light up heart pens. That's cute. Big old bag though. Anyway, yeah. I'm like proper nervous now. It's just crazy to think that my name's gonna be in like a paper and stuff. I'm really nervous because I get so much hate as it is. I don't want to read comments on the article and have people be mean. But yeah. I've got some photos to go collect, so I'll catch you in a bit.
I made a friend. It's okay. Go on, get the chippy. I think he can see me. Hi. It's okay. He was struggling to find food. Put out birdseed for him, but I don't think he can see it. So I gave him a couple of my chips that I didn't eat. I don't think he's very old. Seagulls around here are huge. And I know that there's been some baby ones here lately. He's just looking for food. He's not such a nuisance. Poor thing. I wonder if he can still see me. It's the seagull.
So, this week's vlog was really long from Friday. So, we decided to break it into 2 parts. So, you get one early, and the next part, the part 2, come back on Monday. You'll see it then. Because it'd be like an hour long if it was all together. But it's half and half. You like this half of the vlog, and we'll catch you on with the next part of the vlog, and then you'll see what part 2 is. Catch you later on Monday. Mwah!
Everybody gives you advice, yeah, on how to live your life, Don't you know that life is full of surprises? You better realize, better